Okay, and we are back. So, with the conclusion of episode 7, it looks like, or 8, it looks like we left off on like a little bit of a cliffhanger. We have to meet up with Natty to discuss more about the Woodrock or whatever his name is, kind of situation. We have to go and test out a duel as well. We also need to go study a new spell. So we have a bit of stuff that we need to take on and carry forth with. But it leaves us with a good little episode number 9 to hit us in the face with. I swear, is something supposed to be here? I'm starting to think no. Quest items. I'm starting to think no. Oh, maybe I had a quested item, but not anymore. So what I'm gonna do is successfully avoid enemy attacks. I'm gonna deal with the professor, and then I'm gonna do round 3, and then spell combinations, and that could probably conclude this episode. And then for the next episode, we move into these. I think that's kind of what I'm thinking. Either that, or I may just switch it up. Whatever I feel like doing. But how's everybody's day going? How are y'all enjoying the playthrough too? My first time ever doing an actual playthrough. Typically I don't really do playthroughs. I mostly just play games on Steam, on stream.
Revelio.
And then move forth that way, but you know, a little bit something different, change of pace. Nothing never hurts in that kind of category, right? But you know, I would love to play games like RPGs. I usually do play MMOs. Successfully avoid enemy attacks by rolling. Okay. So I'm guessing that this may be like a quest. Which one should I do? She's gonna give me some money to do that? I actually may take on another quest for some money. Your boy kind of broke right now, so I could use some funds. There's a few things that I want to acquire, so having the funds to do it would be rather beneficial. But yeah, I would love to, you know, do more playthroughs of different games, stuff like this, or even other games that I thoroughly enjoy. But depending on like how this game goes, as far as like y'all are watching it, you know, send it to your friends, your family, whoever loves Harry Potter.
Oh dear, I shall get in trouble for this.
Is everything all right?
Oh, hello. Nice to see you again.
Hey.
Thank you for asking. And I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You might recall that I was trying to cast non-verbally when we met in the common room. Well, I mastered that, and now I've taken to creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
Ah.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened the peace of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
Respect that
I
response.
suppose I could help if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands.
Now I gotta
if you
read
could
this.
collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
Will I be able to read this diary?
Accio. Levioso. Incendio.
There it is. I knew it had to be one spell. She's gonna throw me some money, so hopefully it's a decent amount.
I'm going to have to use Accio. Got it. Only 4 more to go. Accio. This must be Cressida's diary.
Ooh, let's
I'd
read
want
this.
this back too if I were her.
Today was a good day. That is, until Garrett splashed whatever ridiculous concoctions he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lace-winged flies. I had to empty my entire cauldron and start all over again. He is such a menace. Thinks he knows everything there is to know about potions, always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. I'm utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would have been expelled by now. Our broth smokies again tonight for dinner. I'm becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pies. Speaking about meat pies, I would love to eat a meat pie right now. If I haven't stated this before, I do thoroughly enjoy eating.
Revelio.
There it is. Is it gonna fly over? Because I may actually not need to go up there to get it if I can see it. I hear it. Where did you go? I think being lazy isn't going to work in my favor in this case, so I might as well just go up there.
Accio.
Ah, dang it. Just missed my sight. There it is.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
Now let's collect my money. I wonder how much you're gonna give me. It better not be like 20 gold. Watch it be exactly 20 gold.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Let's see what she says.
Unless you want your classmates to know how you really feel about
Oh,
them.
wow, he
You
blackmails.
might reward me for my time.
Oh, you're not at all who I thought you to be.
Yeah, I didn't like that response. I thought he was gonna make a joke about it.
I wouldn't do that to you, Cressida. Only trying to teach you to be a little more careful.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Where the money at? Did I not get no money from that? Ooh, we gonna have some issues because it said that y'all was gonna throw me some coin. Maybe I need to complete this first and then the quest will show up. But let's do this because you know I gotta get distracted every time. I wouldn't be me if I didn't. But it looks like I'm going right back underneath the library again. So I should be able to collect some of those stuff that I didn't collect last time.
Revelio.
Is that something? No, it isn't. Because I don't know what that was all about. but I did end up grabbing everything, if I'm not mistaken, from that. I'll probably rewatch that clip or that video and see if there's anything that I missed, because I do feel like I may have missed something, or I couldn't have collected something.
That smell.
What is this? Oh, I can't get there.
There's onion again.
Ooh.
Good morning, Professor Garlic. How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll
She
need
needs to add
these
Professor
today's
Hill.
class. A little treat for your auntie.
Look at the pimp.
Oh, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous
Wait.
friends a bit more comfortable, shall we?
Is this the thing from
First,
the movie?
let's protect our ears.
Yep, this is the thing from the movie.
Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug. Quickly, place your mandrake in the new pot and catch out the soil.
Maybe she should have stated that at the very beginning, instead of like as her glass was breaking.
The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease.
What? Did she just say what I think she said?
Reparo! I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone.
You saw that look
Now,
back? She
our
wants me.
next task will be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief...
I should think Professor Garlic would be more careful with her mandrakes.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
Dear Professor Garlic, how very thoughtful of you. And to remember strawberries are my favorite. You're as sweet as can be. It's no wonder muggles love them so much. Everything you cultivate seems to be of such high quality, from bitter roots to berries. I do hope that my darling niece can learn this skill whilst under your tutelage. Oh man, I haven't seen that word in a minute. Lorraine so adores you, as do all of your students, I'm sure. Warmest regards always, Eleanor.
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
I did nearly go deaf.
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany.
I was just trying to
Let
get
us
the
find you
number.
some seeds.
I already have some, Professor. Picked them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Niffler's fancy or roses?
Is there anything else that I can take?
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your Dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Here, dear, and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you. Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I do my best not to get bitten. But if I do so, then, you know, maybe you should help
Hello.
me out.
Saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you. I'm Leander. I'll
What's
be showing
poppin'?
you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there, but you'll lead.
Okay. How am I
Nice
leading?
work in defense against the dark arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant. Here we are. Home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on. Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
Okay. Now. Press tab. No.
Look at that. They'll chomp on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
I suppose they could come in handy, sure. But that's just a dummy. I was imagining it already. Nah.
I suppose they could prove useful outside of the greenhouse. Nothing wrong with a bit of backup, even if it is from a cabbage.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
Sure, gonna take all those cabbages. You know, what if I was a knight in shining armor? What if I threw the cabbage at her? Wait, where am I going? Is there anything to harvest up here? Doesn't seem like it.
And with that helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragonhide gloves, I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
I don't care about
I
Miss
tended to the
Clopton.
Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Huh. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
That was about
But
5
those
minutes.
mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Is there any other plants that I can harvest here? It looks like not every single plant can be used.
Hogwarts hasn't been
Fluxweed. Oh, what the heck? Of course, you know I gotta explore this. Wow. Okay. You don't like to see me, that's fine. I don't know, I like this more. T. Disillusionment. Haha. You ain't noticed me, boy. Haha. I'm right here. See, I don't understand. It's a good thing that I didn't end up buying that spell, because I probably wouldn't have needed it if I got disillusionment. But I could understand the whole purpose of getting that spell, or that potion, because it'll allow me not to have to get the spell out, and I could just pop it. Okay, I'm back up to about 1200 up. Should have a little bit more than 1200. You know what? How about we go to potions class? That does have my interest right now. And that will be the end of this episode then, after potions class. Spend my time up in class, you feel me? Gotta get that education in somehow. Wait, if I do this, will...
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
No, it won't. I thought that it'll like startle the kids that's on there.
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school?
Professor Black would never allow them. It would make him look completely incompetent, which he do.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wiggenweld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin.
Yeah, you could tell that he's salty. He's over here limping and everything.
Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients.
Oh,
please be
use
meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
I like that. It's very interactive. Games that are interactive always catch my attention. It adds like a whole nother like engrossed element to the game.
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time around.
I got you.
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
Revelio.
Of course, you know I gotta look around.
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a
Did
goblin.
I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
He did say that. He wants me to get more ingredients to brew another potion.
Brilliant! You, my friend, have been presented with an extraordinary opportunity. You remember me, don't you? Gareth Weasley.
Ah, yes. We met in the common room.
Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Adurus potion. I'm just missing one tiny last
I didn't mean to
ingredient that will
click.
add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
A well-prepared...
We're gonna bring has had an increased amount of activity outside of ordinary shop hours, particularly in the wee hours of the night, with suspicious deliveries being made to the shop's back entrance. Given what we know of the shop's reputation, we are adding more auroras to join those that have already been watching the shop. You are amongst the new additions. Further instructions to follow.
Your potion should not be that color, Miss McDowell.
Here's the Fwooper feather you wanted.
Brilliant! Thank you! This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Adurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
Okay.
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The
One gold?
Loss of your eyebrows.
So for the Wigglewurst, I need Horculum juice, Endurance potion, Thunder Brew. Creates a storm around the drinker, which will stun and damage nearby enemies. A potion that enhances the drinker's defense by covering them with a durable, rocky skin. Ooh. That's interesting.
And now we add the Mallow Sweet, and... That's odd. What's happening?
Ah, shit.
Wait, it's not supposed to... Ah!
Get it!
Dragon Dog! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now, Mr. Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor.
Oh.
Again.
It was worth the test, though.
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror. I wish he talked about...
Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
Revelio.
I'm not his accomplice, though, I'll tell you that.
I brewed an Adurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
I don't know what you mean.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Professor.
You will not earn favor with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all.
Yes, sir. I wonder if they're gonna give me a class, because wasn't I
I think
supposed
each
to?
of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
Like I was saying.
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
Okay.
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. I hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
Professor Sharp was
bruh.
annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise. Fewer explosions.
I kind of like explosions, so make as many as you need to, bruh.
Don't fret if you run out of ingredients. I simply grow most of what I need.
Oh, dang, I can't go back in there. I'm not disappointed. But with that being the case, let me get a little thumbnail. Right here, I like that. So, thank y'all for tuning in for episode 9. So far, I'm just diving into like the very minute beginnings of this game, especially when looking at the map and how much it entails. Like, this game has so much going for it. I don't even know the max level. I don't know what's the in-game stuff. I don't even know what's coming next. So today we're in class, we're getting our glasses on, we're being educated about potions and, you know, just the stuff that we need for potions. So coming into the next episode, hopefully we can start tackling some of like the side quests and getting those dealt with. But this is your boy. It's been a blessed time. Hope to see y'all again in the next one. Y'all take care. Deuces.